Welcome into DNVR Bets Daily, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. The HANKover is continuing. This is actually the last day, and I've got a lot to get off my chest today. And our guy Brendan Vogt is here, and he has to listen to all of it. How excited are you for that, Brendan?
I'm really excited. I love that my first DNVR Bets appearance is HANKover. That seems appropriate to me. Have you hanked the stock of this show? How
I
bad
sure
is it?
have. The stock has never. Here's the one thing though. So I also took Jason Day to win the Pebble Beach tournament this weekend at plus 1,800. He's currently tied for 6th going into the weekend. So I could just make up for all of the money I just lost these poor people all
That's
week
right.
with that one bet. Good news is I've got some thoughts on these Olympics, and I'm ready to make a bunch of money. Obviously, Nuggets play tonight. They've got the Pelicans in Denver. That's why Vogt is here, because he's going to make us some money there and save everybody from having to listen to what I think of that game.
At least try. I'm no superstar Dev, but I've learned a thing or two.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Dev just has the confidence. Dev's confidence is what always gets me. The way he says everything, like, oh, Will Barton's got it locked. Like, if it misses, you're like, well, it was a good bet, because listen to how Dev just said that.
That's right. And he swings really wildly throughout a month, and you hear a lot about the big hits. His units are big. Let me find a better way to phrase that. His betting units, that was almost disastrous. His betting units are bigger than mine, Hank.
It's going to be a great show today. I'm fired up. Again, Olympics picks to get off my chest, but also we've got a boost pack from DraftKings Sportsbook for this Nuggets game tonight. Couldn't be timed any better. I'm hyped, and let's jump in. You want your big three first or second?
No, go for it, man. You lead off the show. It's your deal.
I will go with my big three. We've got some Olympics picks here. All of this is going on over the weekend. So this is how you can make money this weekend. So Michaela Schifrin, Colorado girl, we love her.
Yeah, that's a lock.
I know, right? So she's in the giant slalom. She's plus 250. That's tied for the best odds. Actually, she took second in the last race before the Olympics, and that's who she's tied with. What's her name? I can't remember her name. She's Swedish, though. Again, Michaela Schifrin in the Olympics. This is the event she won in the Olympics last year. We're fired up to take this at plus 250. These plus odds are incredible. Honestly, the odds on Johannes Ludwig are even more exciting to me. Before I dig in, Vogt. What country do you think Johannes Ludwig is from?
Switzerland?
No, not Switzerland. European, though. He is a German. We've got a strategy here. Every German loser, we are all bought in. And I didn't say loser, I said loser. The German, they're really, really good. So this guy, I think he won like 14 events on the luge men's singles circuit this year or season.
You dialed into that circuit, Hank?
I've been tuned in. And he's going to make everybody more money, plus 275. We are continuing our theme of German lugers in the men's doubles here. Eggert, who also has a first name. Bennekin, I assume, has a first name. Not sure what they are. Minus 150. Prohibitive favorites. I think they've won 6 of their last 8. I think those are World Cups. I think that they've been going on like a decade now of success. They never lose this event, the men's doubles. Dude. So the country with the most gold medals in the men's doubles, West Germany. Second most, East Germany. Now that they're combined into just one Germany, free money. Take every German loser you can get your hands on.
Now that they're combined into one Germany, finally. Dude, that German dominance. Oh, that's interesting. I did not know that was their sport. That's crazy.
Nobody does.
German dominance is kind of a hot. Well, I'll stay away from that phrase. But they're good at that. That's an impressive slate. I did not know you were going to go so deep dive into the Olympics, which I have to admit, didn't realize was happening. It took me. I was a day or two late.
Just make these bets, make your money, and you'll never miss another Olympics. We've got to get to what the people want to hear about: curling. Yeah. So these curlers. The British curlers are extremely underrated. I think that when people want to make bets on curling, they're like, okay, well, how are the Americans doing? We're Americans. We want to bet on the Americans. So the odds are pretty poor for the Americans. And then they think, obviously, if you were to bet on a country in curling, who would you take?
Dude, I don't. Someone in Europe, man.
Canada. No. The answer is Canada. The answer is Canada.
All right. Listen, I'm not an Olympics guy. Definitely not curling.
Wow. We got to work on this. We need to do
That's
like
the big.
Yeah. Oh no, it's perfect. But yeah, anytime you can take any British curlers, you do that. In particular, go after the mixed doubles. It was a new event in the last Olympics. Britain plus 175, and they're going to win this easy. We're gonna fly through some others. Men's half pipe, Shaun White, last Olympics plus 600. You got to ride with that. Women's half pipe. Yeah. How are you going to bet against Shaun White?
That's right. It's like the Schifrin pick. Like, it's a good pick, but it's also like, in the spirit of Colorado betting, it's a lock, you know?
Absolutely. And what's also a lock is Chloe Kim to win the women's snowboarding half pipe. That's minus 250. Throw that in a parlay or something. Skiing women's half pipe, Eileen Gu, the 18-year-old from China. She's been on fire. She's minus 250 in the half pipe. What you really want, though, plus 275 in the women's skiing slope style. She actually won both of these events last year in the X Games and the World Championships. And like I said, she's 18. She's just getting started.
You did an impressive amount of research on this. Would you be this dialed in if you were not running the HANKover or the Olympic? Do they do it for you like this, the Olympics?
So I would be. So what happened last time, it was actually the X Games last year. I was trying to explain to Ryan and to Dre about what's going on in the X Games and how much money there is to be made. Laughed at. And so, like, I definitely did extra prep knowing that I was finally going to get to talk about it. But typically when I'm not on the show, I'm begging to be on the show and have to prove my knowledge.
It's like the crypto of sports betting. You're just begging people to listen to your pitch, but
Absolutely.
They're laughing you out of the room.
Week. And it turns out, like, I'm not actually any good at this. I've lost a lot of people a lot of money.
Sweet.
But it's fun. I can say that. Also, real quick, I do need to throw out one more. Red Gerard, men's slope style. He's another Colorado guy. He's ready to make some noise there.
Was that like a big 7? You were ready to roll on that, man.
I was thinking about making Yahir make the graphic, but then I felt really bad and was like, I can just fire off the ones. Well, the other problem is that half of these don't start till like next Wednesday.
Right.
So I picked the 3 that over the weekend that technically fall within the rules.
What's the next event that I have to sit down for? I'm doing myself a disservice as a sport fan if I'm not in.
I mean, the popular opinion is the women's hockey team. They're really, really good. It's kind of like the women's soccer team where it's like they're really solid and they're easy to get excited about, but nobody cares for like 3 out of every 4 years.
That's right.
And so when they do happen, it's like it's a wild ride. So that's going on. Next up, I mean, Michaela Schifrin's a lot of fun.
Sure.
And that starts Sunday. I think that's probably next up. Want to hit your big 3? You got big 3 here?
Yeah, I think Yahir's got a board ready for me. I'm going to pick them. So let's go ahead and throw that up.
Oh, wow.
This is fun. We got a lot of bets, a lot of Nuggets bets here, all Nuggets bets. And obviously you got to start with Jokic, 1.5 threes. I like that one. Valanciunas in the game. I think Jokic is going to try to draw him out to the perimeter. His 3 has looked better of late. He only needs 2. I think he'll take 4 or 5 in this game. He's been playing well. So, odds not in your favor there. Obviously, they expect him to do it, but Jokic over 1.5 threes, I think, is a good one. Tonight for sure. Oh, man. I like Nuggets -6. I do. And let's take Ingram under 22.5. We'll go with Aaron Gordon's defense. on that one. And he's due for a stud defensive performance. So I like that.
I do like that. I will also say that plus 500, like, it just catches my eye. And whenever I try to look anywhere else, I just keep coming back to that plus 500 next to the 35 points.
Hey, man, don't rule it out with this level of Jokic, but I also think right now it's such a, he's not shooting a ton. There was that one Clippers game where he went Hulk mode, but for the most part, he's just as willing to give you, 28, 10 and 10 right now. Doesn't need to be 35. It's a lot, but if you're feeling lucky, man, start your weekend off the right way. Like, if you're going to go for a plus 500 bet, Jokic whipping ass is like a good direction to go.
That is a good one. I always get burned because I have such high expectations for him. Right. And I guess the other thing is I just mistime it, where it's like, oh, it turns out it was a rebound game. I thought it was an assist game, or like that.
Well, that's why, we do the pregame show, obviously, for DNVR Nuggets, and we always have our segment presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. And it's points, rebounds, assists that we really love with Jokic, or rebounds. He's the second leading rebounder in the NBA this year. Just a sentient black hole out there getting everything. But so that the rebounds are usually there. But then when you do points, rebounds, assists with Yoke, you just know between the three, one of them's coming any given night, and it's much harder to miss.
That totally, exactly. And I always do it wrong and lose money. That's why I'm staying away from the plus 500. I'm not giving that out because it's time to actually make money on this show before RK and Dre figure out what I've done to it.
Another one that is I looked at was Aaron Gordon over 2.5 assists. I think his playmaking's been trending up lately. Off, by the way, we should say both Jokic and Gordon were off of that injury report yesterday. So if there was concern for bettors about them not playing tonight, by all accounts, they're available, ready to go. Looks like that was a rest game last time out. So
first one ever
for Yoke. It's one of them, one of the few. It's one of the weird things about this year that I think has almost been an under talked about storyline. We're not used to Jokic sitting any games, and he has. I think he's missed 6 or 7 now, and that's, again, when you look at their record and them trying to keep their head above water, it hasn't just been the no Murray, no Porter thing. Yoke's been out too, so that's something we're adjusting to as Nuggets fan.
It's definitely weird. We haven't talked about the Super Bowl at all, but you guys listening should know that if you download DraftKings Sportsbook, then you can get 56-1 odds on either team to win Super Bowl 56. DraftKings Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56 and the NFL and all of that sort of stuff. And it's the place to go for all these bets. So all these Olympics bets that I gave out, obviously all on DraftKings Sportsbook, that was barely scratching the surface of what is offered there. So if you guys want to go mine value, or if you're just turning it on and you're like, well, I don't know what's happening, just throw some money on somebody and it's way more fun. I'm fired up. I know that I'm just going to place all of these bets today and then just throw everything on my calendar and be like, you know what? Waking up at 3:30 a.m. to watch the half pipe. Why not? What else am I going to do?
Why not, man? Why not? That's the life we live. So
Exactly. But the Super Bowl's here. Make sure that you're getting in on the app right now so that you can take advantage of that, so that you can bet on the Olympics, because it makes everything more fun. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, use the promo code DNVR and get 56-1 odds on either team. Bet just $5 and get 280 in free bets if your team wins. That's promo code DNVR at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56.
Oh, Henry.
Older. Colorado only, new customers only, restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
I've got a Super Bowl betting story for you, and it's not a good one, and it does involve the guy that you viewers at home are taking advice from right now. I bet against Tom Brady in that Chiefs Super Bowl. When the odds were on, you could have made a lot of money, plus odds on Tom Brady. And I bet pretty much everything I had on the Chiefs. So I hate the Super Bowl now, and I'm not looking forward to this. How about that?
Well, I mean, at least we know that next Sunday you'll be watching the Olympics. That's when you'll tune in.
Yeah, that's right. I might try to make it all up on Joe Burrow just because he's so cool. And that's really how a lot of my betting works, when I'm not catching RK and Andre who are teaching me how to do this. I'm just kind of like, but how fun would that be?
Exactly, and that's the problem. That's why the Nuggets and Avs lose me money. That Coyotes game, the biggest upset in the NHL in 10 years. Yeah, lost some money there because I'm just a massive homer, and that's one of the many problems that I've faced this week. We've got more to talk about with this Nuggets game, though, because like I said earlier, DraftKings gave out a boost pack for this game tonight against the Pelicans. These have to be bets on this game, but you've got 20% boosts on 3 different things. First of all, you make one bet before the game, just any bet on the game, you get a 20% boost. You get a 20% boost on a same game parlay, and then you also get 20% on the live bet. So let's just run through those real quick. If you were to pick one bet tonight, how would you use your 20% pregame boost?
So I almost never do this. So that's a great start. The line, and I know trusting the Nuggets to cover is really, it's a dangerous game, and 6 is pretty substantial. But I'll say this: the Nuggets, they wrap up that 6-game road trip on 2 straight losses, and that sours the taste in our mouths, and we kind of forget how good they looked over the first 4 games of that road trip to start that 4-0. I do think These are Nuggets 2.0. Some of the same issues will linger, but I think they're a better team. I think it's less of a hold your breath and wait than it was in the first third. I like them to come back home and lay the smackdown tonight on the Pelicans.
I like it. And I think that, you can get weird with these and be like, I want Barton first score at plus 600 and boost that up to like plus 800 or whatever. But I think sometimes it just makes more sense to take a very well set line, one that that they've put a lot of thought into and all the metrics are doing that, and just change it from minus 110 to plus 110.
Right.
Because basically what you're doing is saying, like, at the margins, I win and not the sports book. So I really like that one. Before we get into building the same game parlay, because that's what's probably going to be the most fun. How do you use that live bet? Like, I feel like with these live bets, you've got to have some sort of idea what's on the way. Like the Pelicans get out to a lead, and you're like, I think that's going to come, and so that's when you use the profit boost on the Nuggets to come back. But what are you looking for with that live bet?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I mean, in the first half of the season, the third quarter sort of felt like a lock in one direction, right? Like, bet on the other team to win the third. Lately, it's kind of changing a little bit. Like, the Nuggets have looked good in the third quarter. So I don't know, like, this is a little early. Maybe the Nuggets in the first quarter is good. Maybe the Nuggets in the third quarter, I'm sort of looking at that. Or I do think if the Pelicans get out to a big lead, it really might be worth, like, the Nuggets are a team that will give up these big runs. Jokic gets back on the floor, and all of a sudden that 10-point deficit is gone. So it honestly might be worth waiting for a poor bench stint. Pelicans get a big lead, then you hop on the new adjusted odds. There might be something there as well. And
even just jump on the money line, especially if you're going in with the spread, like having a little bit extra leeway, at least make your money back on the spread or on the money line somehow. That could work. All right. Time for what the people have been waiting for.
All right, let's take a look.
Got to flip this into same game parlay mode and figure out what we're doing here. And I just clicked on the wrong button. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm back. Same game parlay mode. Where do we start? I mean, I think the first question is, like, do you throw it in like Nuggets to win? Do you throw in Nuggets to cover? Like, do you pick an alternate line somewhere in between?
We could, but we've already thrown that bet out, right? So I think maybe let's build these off some player props. That's what we like to do on the pregame. So I just pressed the wrong button too, Hank. That's classic. So let's take a look at some of these SGP lines. Aaron Gordon over 13.5 is intriguing. I mean, he's due. Let's see. What do we got with Will Barton over 15.5? That's pretty high. Actually.
That is.
I'm gonna walk that one back. Let me see. What do we got with Jokic? So Jokic, there's four different point totals we could work with here: 20 plus, 25 plus, 30 plus, 35 plus. The 20 is in effing stone cold lock for what it's worth. And it might be worth. What's up?
Maybe that's where you start.
We could do that 20 or 25 if you're feeling aggressive. Jokic with his worst game relatively in the last 9 games last time out. And these last 9 games, he's been in God tier mode, Hank. So I do think 25 tonight might come pretty easily.
Okay. I like it. Let's do that.
Let me see if we can find it. Monte Morris to hit a 3 or 2 threes might be worth it. That's always a fun one.
Yep. So with 1, that gets us to plus 105. 2 gets us to plus 250.
Okay. Let's do 2. Okay. 2 threes for Monte.
All right. And then we could also get into these points, rebounds, assists.
Yep. Let me. I can't find them, Hank. I can't find my points, rebounds,
Stack combos.
Oh, there we go.
And then down at the bottom.
Aaron Gordon. I like Aaron Gordon tonight. I want to get an Aaron Gordon bet one way or another. So I think I'm going to do his points, rebounds, and assists, Hank.
What do you have? You got 15, 20, 25, 30. 20 gets us to plus 450.
Let's go 15. We'll go 15 for Gordon. We'll go 2 threes for Monte. And let's go 25 for Jokic. We'll get a little more aggressive with Jokic.
And that gets us to plus 300. With the boost, gets us to plus 360.
What do you think, man? I mean, you're the one who's been building bets all week.
Well, I'm the one who's been losing bets all week. So I really like this. Take that how you want.
Right. Yeah. So do I, the guy who bet against Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. So,
Well,
but listen,
hopefully.
I have felt comfortable. Like when we build these parlays, the Monte threes is a go-to. Jokic 25 feels really good.
It
And then
does.
I think if they get a big Aaron Gordon night, they win this game. I think they could use a big Aaron Gordon night. And I think he's got one down the pipeline. So I like that one, Hank. I feel good about it.
Let's do it then. Let's pull the trigger. As Yaya is saying in the chat there, we need a Super Bowl pick from you. Any bet you want. I think they actually added more props today. I think I saw them tweet that.
All right, let me pull up my Super Bowl bet.
Yeah,
Do you have one that you love that you've been pushing?
I honestly don't. I've decided that like if I'm just asking everybody what they like for all of these, I'd rather just see what they have to say and then figure it out at the end. But
Okay,
these Super Bowl specials are the new ones. The novelty props. Jersey of first touchdown score over under 23.5. There's some
hilarious.
options there now. Yeah. You can get the coin toss.
Coin toss is fun.
Yeah.
But listen, I have a Tom Brady size hole in my pocket. And I told you at the onset, I plan on filling that hole with Joe Burrow's swag. And so I'm not going to get fancy. I'm going to take the Bengals as the underdogs on the money line. And then obviously coin toss is a must just for fun. You got to get in there. I don't really feel strongly about it one way or another, but bet on the coin toss because why not?
Awesome. I love it. That's going to do it for today. We got a lot done today. I'm proud of our work. Hopefully it actually results in money this time. Thanks for coming on, Brendan. And shout out to producer Yaya behind the scenes. Andre will be back next week, and I'm going to miss everybody.
My pleasure, Hank. I think this is the first time we've potted one-on-one. So that's
I think it is.
That's
always it must be.
It's a nice little treat for us.
We should have our own thing going.
Why not? Why not? German luge coverage.
Yeah, you've never seen it before.
I haven't, and there's a hole in that market, I think.
That's what we should do. We need to watch the Winter Olympics together. I love the Winter Olympics. Summer Olympics, way overrated. Way overrated. Like you get the basketball, which is fun.
Sure.
I don't need to see people run. Like the thing about the Winter Olympics is just about every sport, there's a chance that somebody's like maimed or whatever just because they're so dangerous. Like they're going up in the air, they're flipping, they're doing all that stuff, and it just adds the energy that like football has or hockey has.
That's right. All the best sports have the chance of someone being fatally injured.
It's crazy. It's crazy, and I love it. But we need to watch some of these, and we need to talk it out.
Listen, Ranch Rider's a sponsor. Let's get a case. You pick the event. I'm down, bro.
Ranch ride, some luge, watch them ranch ride, some whatever.
We'll take over the Instagram.
We need to take this conversation off air because we've got some good stuff here.
That's right.
Have fun with Andre. I'm sure that's going to happen next week. See you later, guys.